guys, welcome back to another episode. This is a fun trip. We're hunting a bunch of invasive fish around Hawaii. We're able to rack up quite a lot of fish, as well as come across a few sharks. Make sure to like and subscribe, follow my Instagram, and I'll see you in the water. Day started off really fun, but I swear I'm a taxman magnet. Right in the beginning, we had this little baby taxman come over to investigate, kind of check out what I'm doing, see what's going on. I've noticed that at this specific spot, there's so many dang white-tip reef sharks, and they can't seem to get enough of me. I headed up to the surface quickly to do another drop. I'm trying to go for a few to'au here in the shallows. This is one of my to'au spots. I typically see quite a lot of them, especially in the mornings and sometimes in the late afternoon. This is around morning time, and so we're just trying to check it out. It's a little bit murky so far, but that's typical of a morning routine dive at this spot. Tends to clear up later on. However, it is pretty sketchy. I'm always checking around for those white-tip reef sharks because they are super slender. Right there, I thought that one just brushed up against my fin. And as I'm looking out, I do see an invasive snapper, and then all of a sudden 3 white-tip reef sharks come straight out of nowhere and start approaching me. And so what I do is kind of elevate my body. I remain calm, keep my gun pointed towards them. They're not really going to do much if you're looking at them. And honestly, they don't pose much of a threat. But when it's murky and you're hunting fish in waters where they typically hunt, things can go wrong. Of course, they are sharks, so you always want to be aware and just keep that in mind. And we started to move a little bit farther, and now it's later on in the day, a lot clearer water, and I'm just hunting a moo that I saw out there in the distance. Now, what I'm trying to do is just kind of like stay still. This is kind of odd because I'm not really doing great hunting techniques. I was kind of going for some snapper because I saw a few to'aus as well. So I'm kind of swiveling my head around, but this moo decides to just come in really, really close. Unfortunately, the camera angle was pointed far down, so I wasn't able to get the shot placement on camera. But I'm just waiting to get a good shot. I see him in the far distance, and he slowly keeps moving towards me. And eventually I decide, you know what, I'll just take it. Take the shot, and this was a decent sized moo. It came out to 1.5 pounds, and I've only shot just a couple of these fish too, so I'm not starting off on huge monsters, but I want to start leveling up to that size. These fish aren't regulated. They don't really have a size limit, but it's good just to try and go bigger and bigger every single time you dive. So that's what I'm gonna start doing, trying to hit those 2-pound moo and then eventually get up to 3 pounds, 4 pounds. Because I've seen some pretty big ones in this area. So right here, I'm just taking a drop with my new 95 centimeter roller gun. I haven't made a video on this gun, but I do want to make one before I leave for college because this thing is just such a blessing. Honestly, these to'au were not smart whatsoever, and they were coming in super close. Right there, my safety was on, so I quickly have to put it off safety, and I'm just lining up, hoping to get one of these snapper, but honestly, I'm not going to go back up to the surface without one. They present a good shot, and I'm able to take it. Start diving down, and I'm having to sweep off all these hawkfish and Himalaya saddleback wrasse to get this snapper. These fish are really tasty and honestly pretty underrated too. If you ever see to'au, make sure to get them off the reef because not only are they invasive, but they also make good table fare. Another drop right here at the same exact spot. I'm going down and I'm trying to hunt these to'au and get as much off the reef as I possibly can. Whenever you're diving, if you ever see any invasive fish, just do your part. Help keep the oceans clean from these predators, and it'll do a lot for the environment, really help out. As soon as I got to the bottom, they get kind of spooked off, and as soon as I got there, I just would wait 15 seconds, and eventually the entire school would come straight over to me again. It's just kind of a waiting game and waiting till they give you a good shot, because if you let them, they're going to come in close. Again, able to pick off a nice to'au. These ones were smallish to medium size. To'au can grow pretty big actually if you know where to look. But for this size, they're all pretty typically small to medium size. Toals were originally brought from French Polynesia, and the hopes were that the fishing trade and commercial fishing would benefit from these fish, but I guess it didn't boom as much as they had predicted, and they started to wreak havoc on the reef as well. So right here, I'm taking another drop. I'm kind of going a little bit closer to the school because I've taken a few other drops and they weren't really giving me good shot placement. So I'm moving a little bit closer to the school, hoping that they're gonna come over a lot closer to investigate what the heck is going on. Beautiful, beautiful water today and beautiful weather as well. And again, just wait 15 seconds and eventually that entire school is going to come back to you. All you really have to do is just remain calm, never chase the fish, and they'll come over to you. As you can see, the school is starting to creep up and I'm trying to line up on one of the fish. Could have had a shot there, but decided not to take it. Fortunately, that fish comes back closer for another pass and I take a longer shot, and I'm able to stick him. Playing around with this roller gun is such a fun experience, and honestly, I'm super, super blessed, super happy to have made the investment because I never really want to go back. Another nice toal on the stringer, we're looking good. My dive partner, Noah, he was able to get a few as well, so we're up to 5 snapper right now. So right here, part of my roller gun was not working. I think one of the bands kind of broke because it was just one of the bands inside of the store. So I'm taking Noah's gun. This is a new gun that he bought, and I'm borrowing it, trying to test it out, see what it feels like. This is a traditional style of spear gun. It's not a roller gun, but this one looks really, really good, fun to play around with. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting behind the sledge, trying to conserve as much body as I can behind this rock. As I look over, a toal comes over, and I line up and take the shot. Now, I didn't know it at first, but I want you to just watch what happens when I pull the line out of the cave. Surprisingly, I was able to score 2 toal in one shot. This was a really great moment. You can never go wrong with the 2-in-1 special. I'll go ahead and replay that in slow motion. You can see how it lined up. We're up to 7 invasive snapper now. These fish were some of the tastiest. I was so happy that we're able to get them. And honestly, snapper are super underrated in Hawaii. Make sure to go give yourself some snapper next time you go spearfishing. We are up so many fish right now. I was super stoked, especially with Noah's uhu. That really made it count, and I was super, super stoked for him as well. That was his first uhu. He's been wanting to get one for a while. Nice red. It was pretty funny how he got it too. He was going for some pualu at first, but he saw the uhu in the back and we were hunting it for a while. So eventually he went down and shot it. I went down to take a look and I was able to grab it right outside of the cave. It was a pretty high shot, so it could have torn off pretty easily. But fortunately, I was able to grab it, bring it back up, brain it for him, give a shaka. We're all super stoked. And this uhu tasted super, super good on the fryer. Taking all our fish back to shore. What a wonderful day of diving. Super, super blessed, super stoked again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you ever want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. I got a lot of other videos coming up soon. And again, make sure to go follow my Instagram. Have a great day. God bless. See you on the next adventure.